Good morning all of you. Before starting our today's class, let us recall now what we have learnt in our previous class. In previous class, we have defined matter. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. Through an activity also, we have derived what is the physical nature of matter, and we have concluded with the particulate nature of matter, that is, the matter is made up of very tiny particles. Also, we have studied the three characteristics of these particles of matter, and through different activities we have proved all these three characteristics. So what are those characteristics? Let us recall one by one. The first characteristic, that is, the particles of matter have space between them. The second one, the particles of matter move continuously. And the third characteristic, that is, the particles of matter attract each other. In our previous class, we have came across two new terms, that is, the kinetic energy and the diffusion. Kinetic energy, the energy possessed by any moving particle, and diffusion, the spontaneous, or you can tell the continuous intermixing of two kinds of particles as a result of their natural movement. In other words also, you can define diffusion as the movement of particles down the concentration gradient. What is that down the concentration gradient? Means the particles are moving from its higher concentration to its lower concentration as a result of their natural movement. Also, we have studied the effect of temperature on rate of diffusion. As the temperature increases, the rate of diffusion also increases. Means, as temperature becomes high, the rate of diffusion or the diffusion becomes more faster. In the previous class, I wrote a statement that force of attraction depends upon the nature of matter. Means different matter is having different force of attraction between them. In this class, we will study this in detail. Now, on the basis of the arrangement of particles in a matter, on the basis of the amount of space between the particles, and depending upon the extent of force of attraction between the particles of matter, we have 5 states of matter. First, solid; second, liquid; third, gas; fourth, plasma; and the fifth one, Bose-Einstein condensate. But in this class, we will mainly concentrate on first 3 states of matter, that is, solid, liquid, and gas. Now observe the arrangement of particles in solid, liquid, and gas. In solid state, you can observe that the particles are so closely packed. The particles are so tightly packed that there is negligible amount of space or gaps between the particles. Now coming to the liquid state. The particles in the liquid state is loosely packed, and there is greater space or gap between the particles of the liquid as compared to that of solid state. Coming to the gaseous state, the particles of the gases are far apart, and there is a large and a huge amount of space or gaps between the particles of gaseous state. Solid state. Just now we have observed that particles in a solid state are very closely and tightly packed. If the particles in the solid state are closely and tightly packed, that means there is negligible gap or space between the particles. And as we know that force of attraction is inversely proportional to the distance between the two particles, since here in the solid state the gap between the two particles is very small, the greater will be the force of attraction. Once again I repeat that there is negligible gap and space between the particles in the solid state, and force is inversely proportional to the distance between the two particles. As distance is less between the two particles in a solid state, greater will be the force of attraction between the particles in a solid state. In liquid state, we have seen the particles are loosely packed as compared to that of particles in solid state. Since the particles are loosely packed in liquid state, greater will be the space or gaps between the particles. Since we know force of attraction is inversely proportional to the distance between the two particles, since in liquid state greater space is there between the particles, that will correspond to lesser force of attraction between the particles. In gaseous state, particles are much far apart as compared to the particles in liquid state and solid state. Since particles in a gaseous states are so far apart, there is a huge space and gap between the particles. Since there is a huge space and gaps between the particles, there is a least or negligible force of attraction between the particles. Now keeping in mind three things. First one, how closely or tightly the particles are packed. Second one, the amount of space or gap between the particles. And the third one, the strength of force of attraction between the particles. We will try to find out the reason behind the properties held by the three states of matter, that is the solid, liquid and gas. Solid state of matter. In solid state, we know particles are tightly packed. If the particles are tightly packed, it is obvious that it will be having a rigid structure. Thus, the solid state of matter is having a rigid structure. Since the particles are tightly packed, it means in a small volume much amount of particles are present. If in a small amount of volume there is much particles, it will lead to high density. Thus, solid state of matter is having high density. Now, the particles are tightly packed. It means there is minimum space between two particles. This restricts their molecular motion. Since the gap between the particles is less, their molecular motion gets restricted. There is very little or negligible amount of molecular motion. They only vibrate about their main position and even weakly. Since they vibrate very weakly and having negligible amount of molecular motion, their kinetic energy is very low. Now, particles are tightly packed and having a rigid structure. So, it is confirmed that it will be having a fixed shape with distinct boundaries and fixed volume. Since particles are closely packed, it will be having negligible or very minimum amount of intermolecular space. Intermolecular space means the space between two molecules or the space between the two particles. Since the particles are closely packed, there will be negligible space between the two particles. Thus, solid state having negligible intermolecular space. Now, since they are having negligible amount of intermolecular space, it will have high intermolecular force of attraction. As we have explained that force depends upon the distance between the two particles. The amount of force of attraction is inversely proportional to the distance between the two particles. Since the distance between the two particles is minimum, their force of attraction, the force of attraction between the two particles will be high. So, in solid state, there is high intermolecular force of attraction. Since they are having high intermolecular force of attraction, their molecules are not allowed to flow. So, they cannot flow. Particles of solid state do not flow. Now, since they do not flow, there will be negligible amount of diffusion. Means they will not diffuse. They will not mix with other kinds of particles by their own. Diffusion rate is much low. Since there is minimum gap between the particles of matter in the solid state, it can't be compressed, or it is having negligibly compressible. Similarly, we will interrelate and try to explain the properties of liquid state of matter. In liquid state, the particles are loosely packed as compared to that of solid state. Since the particles are loosely packed, it will not be having a rigid structure. Now consider unit volume of a liquid state and unit volume of a solid state. The unit volume of liquid state will contain less number of particles as compared to that of solid state. Hence, the density will be low in case of liquid state. So, the liquid state of matter is having less density as compared to that of solid state of matter. Since the particles are loosely packed, they will move, but they will move slowly. Hence, they will having low kinetic energy. Particles are loosely packed. There is no fixed shape to the liquid state of matter. If you have taken a glass of water and pour it into the bottle of water, it will take the shape of that bottle. So, it is not having a fixed shape as it takes the shape of the container. Since it is not having a fixed shape, it will not be having distinct boundaries. But yes, they will be having a fixed volume. The volume of water in that glass is equal to the volume of water in that bottle. Hence, liquid state of matter having fixed volume. Particles are loosely packed in liquid state. That leads to greater intermolecular space. The space between two particles in a liquid state is greater as compared to that in solid state. Since the intermolecular space is high, there is low intermolecular force of attraction. As we know, force of attraction is inversely proportional to the distance between the two particles. Since in liquid state intermolecular space is high as compared to solid state, so liquid state will be having low intermolecular force of attraction as compared to that of solid state. Since they are having low intermolecular force of attraction, they are allowed to flow. So liquid state of matter can flow. Since the liquid state of matter can flow, they are having high diffusion rate. They can diffuse into other kind of particles by their own. Since the particles are loosely packed and they are having a greater intermolecular space, they are slightly compressible. Since the space between the particles is greater as compared to that of solid state, it is slightly compressible. Gaseous state of matter. In gaseous state of matter, particles are far apart. Since the particles are far apart, there is no question of rigid structure. Thus, gaseous state of matter is not having a rigid structure. Now, if we consider a unit volume of gaseous state, there is much less amount of particles are present as compared to that of liquid and solid state. Since minimum amount of particles are present in a unit volume, their density is lowest as compared to liquid and solid state. Since the particles are far apart, the space between the particles is much high. This leads to lowest intermolecular force of attraction, weakest intermolecular force of attraction. This leads to high kinetic energy. They move randomly in all directions because they are not having that force of attraction. They are having negligible force of attraction between the particles. Since they are having negligible force of attraction between the particles, they are free to move in all directions. As they move randomly, they are having high kinetic energy. Now, they are having no fixed shape, and since they are having no fixed shape, they are having no distinct boundaries and no fixed volume. As I told, particles are far apart, hence they are having huge intermolecular space, and that leads to least or minimum intermolecular force of attraction. Once again, force is inversely proportional to the distance between the particles. Since the gaseous particles are much far apart, they are having weakest intermolecular force of attraction as compared to that of solid and liquid state. Since they are having least intermolecular force of attraction, they are allowed to flow. Since they are allowed to flow, they are having the maximum diffusion rate. They are having the highest diffusion rate. Means they are allowed to intermix with the particles of another kind by their own. Again, since the particles are far apart, there is much space between the particles, hence we can highly compress any gaseous state of matter. Hence, the gaseous state of matter is highly compressible. Now we were well acknowledged with all the properties of these three states of matter. Now comes the comparison. Now we will compare these three states of matter on the basis of the following criteria. What are these criteria? Molecular arrangement, rigidity, shape and volume, density, intermolecular space, intermolecular force of attraction, compressibility, fluidity, molecular motion, and diffusion. On the basis of all these criteria, we will compare the three states of matter now. This is the table of comparison. The comparison between solid, liquid, and gaseous state of matter. On the extreme left, you can see the list of criteria. First criteria, molecular arrangement, means how the particles are arranged inside the state of matter. In solid, the particles are tightly packed. In liquid, the particles are loosely packed. In gaseous, the particles are highly disordered, mean the particles are far apart. Second criteria, rigidity. Solid is having a rigid structure, but liquid and gases are not having the rigid structure. Third criteria, shape and volume. Solid is having fixed shape and fixed volume. Liquid is having no fixed shape but fixed volume. Gases are having neither fixed shape nor fixed volume. Density, the fourth criteria. Density is highest in case of solid, low in case of liquid, and lowest in case of gaseous state of matter. Fifth criteria, Intermolecular space, the gap or space between two particles. In solid, there is least and negligible space between the particles. In liquid, there is greater space between the particles. And in gaseous state of matter, there is greatest intermolecular space. Sixth criteria, intermolecular force of attraction, that is the force of attraction between the two particles. In solid, the intermolecular force of attraction is highest. In liquid, it is low, and in gaseous, it is the least. In gases, the intermolecular force of attraction is least, minimum. Seventh criteria, compressibility. How much we can compress a state of matter. Solid is having least or negligible compressibility. We can compress a solid very less, but in case of liquid, it is slightly compressible, but gases are highly compressible. Eighth criteria, fluidity, the tendency to flow. Solid can't flow, liquid can flow, and gases can flow the fastest. Ninth criteria, molecular motion. Molecular motion means how the particles move. In solid, the particles vibrate about their mean position. They are having the least molecular motion. The liquids can move freely, but the gases moves randomly in all directions. Hence, the solid having least kinetic energy, liquid having moderate kinetic energy, and the gases are having the highest kinetic energy. 10th criteria, diffusion. In solid, there is negligible amount of diffusion. In liquids, diffusion is faster, and in gases, diffusion is fastest. So this is the table of comparison between solid, liquid and gaseous state of matter. Now here comes the contradicted things. Are they solids? If they are solids, how they are? Rubber band changes its shape on stretching. Sugar and salt takes the shape of the container in which they are kept. Sponge can be compressed. Yes, they are contradicting to the properties we have learned in case of solids. But they are solids. How? Rubber band change its shape on stretching. When we apply force, rubber band stretched. But when we release our force or remove our force, rubber band comes back to its original position. If we apply more force, then rubber band will break, but it will not deform. So it is a solid. Sugar and salt takes the shape of the container in which they are kept. Yes, it is so. But have you noticed the crystal of salt and sugar? Have you noticed any single crystal of salt and sugar? It remains the same. It is not changing. If you have taken in your hand, plate, anywhere, it is remaining the same. So, sugar and salt, it is a solid. Sponge can be compressed. As we all know and we have seen, there are holes in the or pores in the sponge where air is trapped. When we compress that sponge, the air releases out or the air escapes. But there comes a point of time we cannot compress it more. When all the air escapes out, we cannot compress the sponge anymore. Hence, the sponge is a solid. Now, we are well known with this property of liquids and gases. Fluidity is the special property for liquids and gases. Liquid flow, but different liquids have different flow rate. Take for example water, milk, oil and honey. Water flows faster than milk, oil and honey. The rate of flow of honey is the least. It depends upon the force of attraction between the particles inside that liquid. Now about a special property of gases. Gases exert pressure. Let's recall something. In gases we have seen the particles are far apart. Since the particles are far apart, there will be least force of attraction. The force of attraction between the particle is very weak as the particles are far apart. As the force of attraction is very weak, particles are moving randomly in all directions. Since they are moving randomly in all directions, they are possessing the high kinetic energy. With this high kinetic energy, the particles collide with each other and also hit the walls of the container in which they are kept. Hence, the gases exert pressure. This is a special feature of gases, a special property of gases, that gases exert pressure. In previous class, we have studied the dependence of rate of diffusion on temperature. That is, when temperature increases, the rate of diffusion increases. In this class, we will study the dependence of rate of diffusion on state of matter. Now, consider a state of matter. If the state of matter is having greater space between the particles, it is having the least force of attraction between the particles. Same way, force inversely proportional to the distance between the particles. So greater will be the space between the particles, least will be the force of attraction between the particles. And that will lead to particles moving freely and randomly. As the particles move freely and randomly, it is having the highest tendency to mix up with the particles of another kind by their own, and that is diffusion. If the particles are moving freely and randomly, it will lead to faster diffusion. So, when the space between the particles is high, then there will be faster rate of diffusion. This explains the dependence of rate of diffusion on state of matter or on the nature of matter. Greater space between the particles, greater will be the diffusion. So we know maximum space between the particles are present in gaseous state. So in gases, the diffusion is the fastest. Then in liquids and solid, and diffusion is negligible in case of solids because the particles are close together. Particles are closely packed or tightly packed in case of solids. Make a note now. Solids, liquids and gases can diffuse into liquids. Take for example a crystal of copper sulfate or crystal of potassium permanganate can diffuse into water. That is, the example of solid diffusing in liquid. Next one, few drops of ink can diffuse into water. This is an example for liquids diffusing into liquid. Next, third one, oxygen gas diffuse into water, forming dissolved oxygen. This is the example, gases can diffuse into liquids too. So, solid, liquid and gases all can diffuse into liquids. Now we are well acquainted and having a good knowledge of definition of diffusion, the dependence of rate of diffusion on temperature, the dependence of rate of diffusion on state of matter. We must also know the important role played by diffusion in our day-to-day life. Yes, diffusion plays an important role in our aquatic system. Survival of aquatic plants and animals underwater become possible due to the presence of dissolved oxygen and carbon dioxide, and this become possible through the process of diffusion. The atmospheric oxygen and carbon dioxide get diffused into the aquatic bodies and the water bodies, that forming the dissolved oxygen and carbon dioxide, and this helps the survival of aquatic plants and animals. We all know gases are highly compressible. Then what's the importance of this high compressibility of gases? Gases. Due to its high compressibility, a large volume of a gas can be compressed into a small cylinder, and this cylinder can be transported easily from one place to another. Take for example liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) we use for cooking purpose. Compressed natural gas (CNG) we used as fuels in vehicle. Oxygen cylinders at hospitals. These are the examples which shows the importance of high compressibility of gases. Now let us know more about few important new terms in today's class. Fluids. Liquid and gases can flow, hence they are called fluids. Liquids and gases are called fluids because they can flow. And the related term we use in today's class is fluidity, the ability to flow. Intermolecular. Intermolecular means between two molecules or two particles. Density. The mass per unit volume of a substance is called density. Density is the ratio of mass to volume. So here is the mathematical form, density equals to mass by volume. Pressure. The force acting per unit area is called pressure. Mathematical form, pressure equals to force by area. So these are the few new terms we have came across: fluids, intermolecular, density and pressure. Now here I want you to define diffusion in two or more ways. We have done already in our class, and also collect more examples where diffusion plays an important role. And in our next class we will deal with the change of states of matter. Next class topic, change of states of matter. See you in the next class.